Hey, I'm Emily Dreyfus.
And I'm Corrine Levy.
Welcome to Rumor Has It, the show where we round up the week's biggest tech rumors.
And then we vote on what sounds legit and what seems like it'll never happen.
And remember that you guys can vote too on all the rumors. Keep your eyes peeled for the poll in the interactive player if you're watching on CNET. But before we get to our rumors, let's get something horrible out of the way right off the bat. As you probably know, invitations went out for an Apple event to be held October 23rd, and everyone on Earth, including us, believes it's the coming out party for the iPad mini. Okay, Levy, you have 5 seconds to gloat.
I don't need to gloat. You singing Etta James's At Last in front of an Apple store is all that I need.
Oh, God.
In case this is your first time watching Rumor Has It, Emily bet that the iPad mini was a mythical creature, and if she's wrong, I get to come up with an imaginative way to humiliate her on the air. I'm thinking public singing or a duck costume, but I'm open to suggestions.
Anywho, let's change the subject. 2 images appeared on Google's Picasa photo sharing site this week, showing what looks like 2 Sony Nexus phones running a pure Android experience. Android fans who like their operating systems raw and unrestricted started salivating. But a closer look at the pictures reveals 2 problems. First, the Google Play search bar that should be on any stock Android OS is absent. And there are some wonky artifacts in the image which could suggest photoshopping. Now, rumors of a new Nexus phone coming from an unexpected manufacturer have been circulating all year, so this isn't unheard of.
But recent leaks suggest that LG is making a Nexus phone, so either this is a red herring or it's an early prototype that's not quite finished, and we'll get a Nexus from both Sony and LG.
Next, 9to5Mac has a rumor that I'm obsessed with, namely because if true, maybe I won't have to suffer a humiliation. It claims that at Apple's event next week, we could see new Mac minis. So maybe that's the little something Apple alluded to in the invitation.
Emily, even 9to5Mac says that it'll be Mac minis as well as the iPad mini.
Okay, I know, I'm just hoping irrationally that maybe they got that part wrong. Maybe the main event is the rumored 13-inch Retina MacBook, and the little something extra is the Mac Mini, right? I could get lucky. Weirder things have happened.
Name one.
One time I dropped my phone in a toilet, and when I dried it off, it was still working. See? I'm lucky.
Gross. Let's get back to the iPad mini invite. The invite reads, "We've got a little more to show you." So if we explicate that line of poetry a little, we pretty much know that the worst kept secret in history will be announced, but we still don't know what it will look like. According to an inventory system screenshot obtained by Mobile Geeks, the iPad mini will come in 16 different memory and wireless configurations. The prices are listed in euros and translate to about $322 for a Wi-Fi only 8 gig model and go all the way to $850 for a 64 gig cellular version.
Apple Insider then went on the record citing anonymous sources, drink, that said the iPad mini will actually come in 24 varieties, but it only reaches that number if the iPad mini comes in a Wi-Fi, a 4G, and a 3G option. I don't think it makes any sense to have a 3G option. A commenter agrees with me, pointing out that you can reach 24 configurations a more logical way, with a Wi-Fi and 4G option in 2 colors and 3 capacities on 2 carriers. As my 9th grade geometry teacher Mike Wade would say, QED.
But now here's the rub. The new iPod Touch comes in a rainbow of colors, which has led some to believe that the new Mini will also come in different colors. I don't think it will, however. The leaked spec sheets don't mention a million colors.
But the invite shows a rainbow of colors, and as we know, Apple never puts anything on those invitations accidentally. Plus, if they want this to be the killer must-have holiday gift, having a bunch of different color options for children would pretty much ensure that. So I think this makes a lot of sense.
What do you guys think? Will there be a candy-colored assortment of minis? Don't forget to vote in the poll while we go ask the people of San Francisco what they think. Do you think that that's a possibility, that they'll release it in different colors?
Well, that might be a possibility because they are very creative in many ways. So I think that there is an innovation in this way also.
That doesn't make that much difference to me.
I think that's a great possibility. I think it's a trend they're continuing with, and I think people will be excited to have an option in colors.
I'm sure they probably will. It's
Would
all
you-
marketing.
Would you want one?
Probably.
What color would you want?
Red.
Yeah, people have favorite colors. I don't see why not. I mean, for me, I would pick a silver color or a blue color. So,
Okay, kind of like this one?
yeah, definitely like this one. Actually, it's a pretty nice color.
I guess. I'm not too worried about it.
Now, if you had to get one in a different color, which color would you get?
Probably like white or black.
So even if it came out in a bunch of colors, that wouldn't make you get one?
It would not make me get one, no.
Well, most people on the street had heard about the iPad mini coming out, and a lot of them were excited that it would come in different colors. Let's go upstairs and see if the CNET Council of Experts thinks that's a possibility.
The CNET Council is composed of 5 editors who cast their votes anonymously. Their opinions are not an endorsement by CNET or CBS Interactive.
Obviously, because these are rumors, folks. And the CNET verdict is... Man, a girl can't catch a break. It's no. Our editors say the iPad mini will likely not come in many different colors, though they were split 3-2.
All of our questions will be answered next week, and I'm pretty sure I'll get to humiliate Emily. If you have any humiliation ideas, please share them with us at rumorhasit@cnet.com or post them in the comments and tweet us.
But please don't be too harsh on me, and tune in next week for more tech rumors.